What is up, F and true followers, wrestling fans, and members of the YWC? I'm JC Styles here with the F and brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com with the Monday Night Raw review for January 21st, 2013. It was a pretty good show tonight on Raw, I must admit. A lot better over the last several weeks. Every time we get closer and closer to the Royal Rumble, it feels that the Raws get more and more exciting. We start off the show with Vicky Guerrero and Paul Heyman. They're in the ring. They're talking about the comments made by The Rock in the Rock concert last week on Monday Night Raw. Throughout this segment, we see various sections of the Rock concert shown on the Titantron as a replay from last week. We then see and hear Vicky ban The Rock from the arena. We then hear that The Rock is backstage and that he is waiting to get into the building. He is told that he is not able to be in the building tonight. We then go backstage and we see The Rock talking with the police officers from San Jose, California. And he's basically telling them, hey, I need to be in the ring. I need to get there, that case, etc. We then, after a few minutes of this going back and forth, we then find out that there's going to be a Beat the Clock challenge for tonight. We see the first match with Randy Orton defeating Antonio Cesaro, which was a great match. These guys, whenever they get in the ring, you know it's going to be a solid match. Very entertaining. Whenever you have even Cesaro in the match, you know it's going to be very entertaining. The guy is very positive, and the WWE is very high on him, especially Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon has a lot of promise in Antonio Cesaro, and that we can possibly see a lot out of Cesaro in 2013. They've given him such a little role, and he has taken it to new levels and ran with it. But we see Randy Orton pick up the win over Cesaro, beating him in 11 minutes and 36 seconds. We then see, in the second match of the night, we see the Big Show pick up the win over Zack Ryder. Ryback defeating Heath Slater. Post-match, Ryback gets on the mic and says that he will feed on the participants in the Royal Rumble this coming Sunday. We close this segment out to Feed Me More chants filling the arena. We then see Punk and Heyman backstage, leading up into the next match. They're talking, in the ring. They talk about what the WWE Championship means to Punk and what The Rock will have to overcome at the Royal Rumble to take the title from CM Punk. He touched on the comments made by The Rock on Paul Heyman and CM Punk last week and the brawl that they had at the end of the show. They then move into the next Beat the Clock challenge, where we see Dolph Ziggler pick up the win over The Miz, beating Randy Orton's time of 10 minutes and 56 seconds. And this would set the tone for the remainder of the show. We then see Kane and Daniel Bryan's anger management graduation, which I thought was pretty funny. I think it's funny how they do this role, but also in the fact that Daniel Bryan needs to do something with that beard. It's just looking god-awful. Maybe if he just went to a thin beard, not like this big homeless bushy beard. It just doesn't suit him. I know that he had a big bushy beard back in the ROH days, and I can understand that, but the beard just doesn't suit him. And I'm surprised that WWE is allowing him to grow his beard that long. I think him and Eric Young should have a match. The loser has to shave their beard. But, this was a great match, a great segment, I should say, and that this segment, I keep saying match, this segment was pretty good. It was funny, it was entertaining, it was for the fans, pretty much, it was for the younger audience. We end this segment where the three of them, Dr. Shelby, Kane, and Daniel Bryan, are in the ring hugging after they have several of the audience members hug in the front row. We then go into Caitlyn defeating Alicia Fox. Then we come back to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman comes out and is running his mouth and talking about how he is tired of all this nonsense about The Rock and The Rock overhyping himself and overselling himself. Then The Rock comes out. After The Rock hears Paul Heyman calls him stupid, these guys exchange words. The Rock continues to run down Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman gets out of the ring, and then Rock turns his attention to CM Punk. Then CM Punk, who's up in the luxury box, and after The Rock tells Punk what he's going to do and how he's going to do it and how he's going to become the WWE champion and how much respect he has for the business and how many times he's earned a shot to become WWE champion, and that this is the last time that The Rock will be able to win the prestigious WWE Championship. The Rock says, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, the lights go out, and then he is attacked by the Shield. Now, post that, he is in the ring coughing up blood, and we close out that segment by going to commercial. We come back to another Beat the Clock challenge, which is Sheamus versus Wade Barrett, which ends in a draw when Ziggler, Langston, and AJ come out and distract the participants. There were several attempts at a pinfall, which were kickouts, and that we see this match lead to the time running out. We then see Punk. We then see AJ, Dolph, and Langston in the back making out in front of Vicky Guerrero in her office, and says, because you won, you get the choice of what number you want to entry at, and that's number 1 or number 2. Now, this is also doing this to, I believe this is all towards his bigger push for the Dolph Ziggler, because obviously we know he's going to enter at 1 or 2, and then he's going to probably go at least 15, 20 minutes eliminating several competitors before getting eliminated himself. So it's towards the buildup of his in-ring persona. We then see CM Punk and Heyman walking backstage, and they're met by Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon says that if I see the Shield interfere in your match against The Rock this Sunday at the Royal Rumble, I will strip you of the WWE Championship. Then we go into Alberto Del Rio with the last match of the night, picking up the win over Tensai. And then we've seen it all night, the hyping up of John Cena's address to the WWE Universe. He comes out, and after interacting with several of the fans sitting at ringside and talking about their Sunday plans, that everyone does something different on Sunday, he leads into the Royal Rumble, talking about the Royal Rumble, how everyone's going to be watching the Royal Rumble to see who's going to win and get that shot at WrestleMania. And he turns around and says that he's going to win the Royal Rumble. And then we see Sheamus come out and numerous other superstars. And before you know it, the ring is filled with WWE superstars from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And, it's just a big all-out war to end the show. Now, with that being said, guys, please leave your comments in the comment box below. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions on what you thought of tonight's Monday Night Raw. And please stay tuned, where me and Brian will be bringing you guys the return of the predictions that we promised that we're going to be doing. We are going to be doing the predictions for this coming Sunday's Royal Rumble. For that being said, for the Effin brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com, I'm JC Styles, and I'll catch you later.